The Grenlec Debates. Power, bright ideas.
This is the 2023 edition of the Grenlec Debates. Welcome. As we enter the third round of competition, the quarterfinals, we invite you to sit back, relax, and watch our debaters explore ideas and think on their feet. Please bear in mind that these debates are impromptu. The students are given the broad theme to research prior to the match. Then, on match day, they randomly select their motions and are given 30 minutes to prepare their presentations without assistance from their teachers or electronic channels. The theme for this round, artificial intelligence. The areas of focus, AI in the classroom and AI in society. I am Ambrosia Charles, your chairperson and a former Grenlec debater. I call this house to order. This match is between Bishop's College and Grenada Boys Secondary School. The motion is, be it resolved that AI is a threat to human survival. For the proposition, Bishop's College. For the opposition, Grenada Boys Secondary School.
The upheavals of artificial intelligence can escalate quickly and become scarier and even cataclysmic. Imagine how a medical robot, originally programmed to read cancer, could conclude that the best way to obliterate cancer is to exterminate humans who are genetically prone to the disease. Esteemed judges, worthy adversary, most accurate timekeepers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We, the proposition, adamantly support the moot, be it resolved, that AI is a threat to human survival. As first speaker, I will identify key terms in the moot and denote 2 out of the 5 points that my team will bring forward. Over-reliance on AI in education and employment as a result of AI. My second speaker would expound on hallucination in the medical field, AI with resources, and privacy concerns. POIs and rebuttal will follow. According to Macmillan English Dictionary, threat is defined as a situation or activity that could cause harm or danger. Coming from the same source, survival is the fact or state of continuing to live or exist, especially in difficult conditions. Artificial intelligence, according to IBM.com, is a field which combines computer science and robust data sets to enable problem solving. Before I continue, permit me to mention that there are 4 fundamental pillars of artificial intelligence: hallucination, bias, guardrails, and resource intensive, all stated by the Ministry of Education's IT personnel, Mr. Jarvis W. While the integration of AI in education brings numerous advantages, it also poses critical thinking disadvantages that educators and students need to address. Worthy opponents, AI poses a major threat to the education sector, as teachers and students can become too reliant to it, and it will pose threats to them. As these systems become more advanced, they can take over tasks that were once done by humans, such as grading, providing feedback. This could lead to students becoming less self-sufficient and less able to think critically and problem solve on their own. According to UNESCO's headline, while the rest of the world is investing in AI, the Caribbean is still talking about it. States that, and I quote, "The integration of AI and automation in the Caribbean must not compromise the region's most valuable resource, human creativity." Worthy opponents, this leads me to my next point, unemployment where AI is concerned. Worthy opponent, AI can lead to unemployment. According to Goldman Sachs, over 300 million jobs will be lost due to artificial intelligence. While artificial intelligence is changing people's production and lifestyles, it will inevitably turn some people into a useless cause. Worthy opponents, without jobs, there would be tremendous chaos. I thank you.
The coming era of artificial intelligence will not be an era of war, but an era of deep compassion and love. The words of Amitri. Esteemed judges, worthy opponents, audience, good afternoon all. We, the proposition, vigorously refute our opponent's stance on the moot, be it resolved that AI is a threat to human survival. As the influential first speaker of the proposition, I will present undisputable reasons as to why AI is not a threat to humanity. These points are education and economic development through agriculture. My second speaker will furthermore solidify our stance by outlining two pivotal points. These are improved healthcare and safer drug development. AI, the theory of and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intellect, visual perception, speech recognition, and decision making. A threat is a warning that you will punish or hurt a person or thing. Survival is to remain alive or exist after an accident or during a disaster, all according to the Oxford Dictionary. My worthy opponents, how is AI a threat to human survival when it provides numerous benefits toward education? Esteemed judges, AI has played a vital role in education as it creates accessibility for students with disabilities. My worthy opponents, I ask, is this a threat to human survival? I think not. How can AI help students with disabilities, you may ask? AI offers tools such as speech-to-text to provide access to these students. My worthy opponents, the Grenlec School for Special Eds stated on their website, in order to make it possible for students who are visually impaired to compete in a national writing essay competition. They incorporated the use of AI. My worthy opponents, I ask you again, is this a threat to human survival? Economic development through agriculture. My worthy opponents, AI is also fundamentally important in efficiency and productivity in agriculture, leading to further economic development. Esteemed judges, isn't this immensely beneficial to us? For example, in agriculture, the Blue Ridge Technologies See and Spray initiative, they are AI-powered machines that use computer vision to identify pests and rodents, and also to target individual weeds, reducing the need for insecticides and increasing crop yield. As a country who place a strong and substantial amount of emphasis on agriculture and crop productivity, isn't this greatly beneficial to us? But as you said, my worthy opponent, AI is a threat to humanity. It is a threat to survival. But however, we beg to differ. Thank you.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the devil. Elon Musk. Honorable Chair, esteemed judges, worthy opponents, gracious audience, timekeepers all, good afternoon. Adding on to the points stated by my first speaker as it relates to the moot, here are some more reasons for this assertion. Firstly, judges, according to Stanford Medicine, which released a document in May of this year, they were asked whether the medical industry is ready for AI. Their answer was no. A reason for that is hallucination, since the system is susceptible to being compromised, which poses a great threat to humanity. Moreover, what if the guardrails of these AI systems implemented in the medical fields are not working? Worthy opponents, would you like to be on the operating table when the AI that is in charge of performing this surgery gets hacked? If it glitches during the operation, you are dead. Furthermore, according to Jervis Dabrio, Ministry of Education IT personnel, AI is resource intensive. To keep AI systems running per day is equivalent to the amount of volts necessary to power in 1,000 homes per year in the US. AI uses finite resources, and as we know, finite resources can run out and will run out when AI systems are implemented. So tell me, what are we as a human race to do when these resources run out? According to Earth.org, as datasets and models become more complex, the energy needed to train and run AI models becomes enormous. This increase in energy used directly affects greenhouse gas emissions, aggravating climate change. According to OpenAI researchers, since 2012, the amount of computing power required to train cutting-edge AI models has doubled every 3 months. By 2040, it is expected the emissions from the ICT industry as a whole will reach 14% of global emissions. Who are we if our environment is damaged? Judges. Privacy concerns is another crucial factor in this debate. AI can infringe upon citizens' privacy by collecting and analyzing vast amounts of personal data. Take, for example, 2019 Amazon Alexa voice assistant fiasco. It was uncovered that Amazon had been using both contractors and AI-powered technology to eavesdrop on conversations picked up by Alexa devices without the awareness or approval of the users. And so, judges, is this what we really want for humanity? Therefore, judges, I urge you to support I thank you.
Our intelligence is what makes us human, and AI is an extension of that quality. Good afternoon, all. We firmly oppose the moot, be it resolved that AI is a threat to human survival. As second speaker, I will further enlighten your minds, my worthy opponents, as to why we, the well-seasoned opposition team, strongly disagree with the moot. Esteemed judges, worthy opponents, I would like to make it clear that our definitions stand. According to Statista, the artificial intelligence valued healthcare market in 2021 as being $11 billion. This is projected to be worth $187 billion in the year 2023. Worthy opponents, do not be bedazzled by these high numbers, for this is an investment. Opponents, there is only one solution to this crisis: artificial intelligence. With this, we would have better machine learning algorithms, more access to data, cheaper hardware, and availability of 5G, which will contribute to the increase of AI in the healthcare industry, accelerating the pace of change. Our dear nurses and doctors are drained, miserable, and overworked. It's evident that they are in need of major assistance. It pains my heart to see the state of these medical personnel and facilities we depend on to treat our illnesses and keep the country safe. For example, IBM's Watson for Oncology is an AI system that assists professionals in diagnosing and treating cancer more accurately. By analyzing by analyzing vast volumes of medical literature, research, and patient records. This is a massive increase. That means we will likely continue to see the considerable and immense changes in how AI helps hospitals and the healthcare facilities. My worthy opponents, look at our general hospital and its workers. Look at our customer service. Truly poor. Our dear worthy opponents. And my next point will be on drug safety. In South Korea, it has been developed by many countries, and South Korea is the leading one in helping the healthcare sector. This South Korea has implemented many laws and passed many laws in its healthcare sector. This means that it develops the biotechnological areas in its healthcare system and allows for new drugs to be implemented in the healthcare sectors and in other medical fields. This is why, worthy opponents, it is essential to note that AI in healthcare, that AI is not a threat to humanity, and that, thank you.
My worthy opponents, AI hallucinates, but don't humans also make mistakes? Yes or no?
Yes, worthy opponent.
Thank you, my worthy opponent, for agreeing with us.
Worthy opponent, what is your point? What is the point you're trying to make? The fact that
My
AI
worthy
still
opponent, thank you. My worthy
hallucinates?
opponent, you already answered the question. Moving on to the next question. My worthy opponent, your first speaker stated that AI will lead to job loss when teachers cannot grade assignments. Wouldn't this relieve stress
What
of...
opponent, this is not what I stated, what opponent.
My word opponent, let me finish the question, please. Your second speaker stated that AI would lead to job loss when AI grades students' work. Won't this relieve stress on teachers and give them more time to create good lesson plans for students?
We didn't say that it wouldn't.
My word opponent, he stated that AI would replace teachers' jobs when they can grade assignments and stuff like that.
What your opponent, either way, it will result in an over-reliance on the AI systems.
My word opponent, we are not stating that we are
What
over-relying on AI. We are stating that it can use to assist teachers. Moving on to the next question.
My worthy opponent, your first speaker divulged that 300 million jobs were projected to be lost. However, there was a prior projection stating that 89 million jobs were going to be lost. If these figures are unstable, how are we to know that they are credible?
What your opponent, what I stated, the statistics was after the creation of ChatGPT. What your opponent, your values and what you stated is before 2022.
My worthy opponent, I am aware of that, but what I'm saying...
So then it doesn't...
It's not relevant, what your opponent.
It is relevant, my worthy opponent.
The
If projections are being made and that it is being...
a recent figure to show the fact that after the implementation of ChatGPT into society, how many jobs will be lost as a result of that.
My worthy opponent, were these figures adjusted?
Yes, because of this change of events, what your opponent.
Okay, my opponent. Look at when typers were when there was no need for typers anymore. Wasn't their job created? Like for instance with AI now, there would be need of people to use the AI. They would need to maintain the AI and jobs will also be created, my opponent.
Your opponent is not guaranteed the number of jobs that will be created. You do not have a figure from a credible source to state how many jobs will be created. Whether or not it will be more or less than 200 million. It is not sure. Why take that risk?
My opponent, what he said was an estimation. Moving on to the next question.
You did not state any estimation of how many jobs
will be created. You stated the estimation.
Listen to what I just said.
You said that estimation.
What your opponent? You seem to be focusing only on economic development. What about preserving the environment? What your opponent?
My worthy opponent, to track hurricanes, water use, not artificial intelligence.
What your opponent? What is required to use this artificial intelligence? What your opponent? Finite resources. What your opponent? All of these finite resources are contributing to global warming. What your opponent? Or you know how many gas emissions are caused from just training ChatGPT alone? What your opponent? The University of Massachusetts stated, based on research, that 626,000 pounds of gas emissions would be made from this, what your opponent. So whether or not you may say that it will lead to forecasting, what your opponent, it can help in that. But what about global warming, what your opponent? You're just digging a deeper hole for yourself.
My worthy opponent, let me ask, is AI the only contributing factor to global warming?
It will be if we implement it into society. Of course not. Of course not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
What the opponent? Wouldn't you agree that AI leads to increase on unemployment rates?
No, my worthy opponent.
Why not?
Because jobs will be created from use of AI. As I stated before, they would need people. Let me finish my worthy opponent. They would need people to maintain these systems.
What your opponent? What is the figure? What is your figure for how many jobs will be created?
My worthy opponent, you do not have a figure, but
exactly.
it is clear. Judges, I would like you to know that my worthy opponent is not giving me time to answer the question. It is noted that jobs will be created. For instance, as I stated before, when there were no need for typers anymore, more jobs were created.
And my worthy opponent to add, AI is not replacing all humans. What it's doing is assisting them. So jobs will still be in place, but AI will be implemented to make
the opponent time is of the essence. The fact that we do not have an exact number, we are not sure if it will be more than 200 million. Next question. What your opponent? Researchers of the University of Massachusetts stated that according to results of training, AI can produce about 626,000 pounds of carbon dioxide emissions. Wouldn't this further advancement of AI increase these gas emissions?
My worthy point, as you stated, it is an investment. Although it can create that, it is an investment because my worthy opponent, let me finish speaking. It is an investment. So how do we track hurricanes? How do you get the weather on your phone? AI, my worthy opponent. If it was my worthy opponent, let me answer the question.
Why we want to contribute to that, worthy opponent?
My worthy opponent, we are using it. We are using my worthy opponent. Let me finish.
Although
my worthy opponent, you are not giving me time to answer the question.
Good afternoon, all. As a member of the opposition, I stand before you to refute the baseless claims put forward by the proposition. Firstly, the first speaker of the proposition stated that there can be an over-reliance on AI. However, I propose this. Were the opponents who stated that we would become dependent on AI? AI was made to assist, not replace. AI only replaces trivial tasks that are wastes of time to us humans. A teacher can utilize AI to their own benefit. Lesson planning, automatic grading, all these things exist to help us. Is this a threat to human survival? Tools that help us in our daily lives rather than attempt to cause our downfall? I think not. Your first speaker also stated that AI can cause unemployment. However, I say this. As AI advances, so will its abilities to do tasks deemed necessary of automation. AI may replace jobs, but tell me, what the opponents? How will these AI be created in the first place? Someone has to develop these AIs and their parts. Someone has to maintain these AIs in case of failure. Jobs may be lost due to the AI, but for every job lost, more takes its place. Opponents, is this a threat to human survival? I think not. Your second speaker stated that AI can hallucinate. However, while it may be true that AI can bear false info, I ask you this, opponents. If you know that AI can possibly spout false information, won't you verify it? Humans are the experts in our respective jobs, and the AI only exists to aid us. Only a fool would be truly reliant on AI, and I know for certain our doctors don't. More so, do you infer, what the opponents, that humans don't make mistakes as well? Yes, second speaker.
Good afternoon, all. I will remind you of my team's stance on the moot. Be it resolved that AI is a threat to human survival. Honorable judges, have you heard the saying, old dogs can't learn new tricks? What the opponents? Imagine people in their old age. They may not be able to learn AI to fulfill their task. And how does this help? What the opponents? As mentioned by the first speaker, AI can aid children with disabilities. What the opponents? Do you know that there are special schools that cater for these students? What the opponents? Many persons go to study special needs to specifically help these students. So are we just going to leave these persons unemployed? These persons who studied for years, what the opponents? Opponents, with the rising cost of living, it would be detrimental to leave these persons unemployed. Your first speaker also stated that AI will aid immensely in the agricultural sector. What the opponents? Don't you know that these same so-called AI poses a threat to the environment, as stated by my second speaker? So by destroying the environment, how are we supposed to enhance the agricultural sector if it is destroyed? Especially here in Grenada, as you said, what the opponents, as it relies on agriculture. How would our economy develop if our environment is destroyed? What the opponents, honorable judges, audience, haven't you felt the intense heat? Don't you know that these same AI contributes to the greenhouse gases which causes global warming? As stated by the second speaker, the doctors and nurses are drained and need assistance. But what the opponents? These doctors knew the workload that they would have to put in. Your second speaker also stated, with AI, the hardware would be... I thank you.
Congratulations to the Grenada Boys Secondary School on winning this match. Thank you for joining us. Please tune in for complete coverage of the next round of competition in the Grenlec debates, the semi-finals.
The Grenlec debates. Power, bright ideas.